Welcome to PVTV International. I'm going to present this week's editions of our news roundup. Cabinet News. Public administration commences in Kowloon. Under the administrations of Military Region No. 1, the Kowloon District Defense Forces captured the district from the grip of the terrorist military on November 6 and then began implementing public administration on December 3. Kowloon Township has many district-level government offices, and the NUG relevant ministry are prioritizing to set up functioning offices again. Communication is being further strengthened to enhance the administrative capabilities of village and ward-level public administration bodies, and the various people defense forces are protecting the people and their livelihoods. Acting President urges careful communication with regional countries. During the NUG's 38th Cabinet meeting on December 5, Acting President Sheila urged Cabinet members to carefully coordinate communication with other countries in the region in order to create an improved political landscape. The acting president said the Spring Revolution took slow and steady steps politically, and improving on this way require shifting the perspective from focusing centrally on local affairs. He says to regularly observe the status of other countries which are involved either commercially, politically or militarily with Myanmar, with some countries mainly involved in a military sense, and that only by understanding the military and political changes to risk the revolution's defensive war would it bring about success. National Day message conveys optimism on creating modern statehood celebration. In its formal message for the National Day on December 7, the NUG stated its belief that a modern variations of the commemorations will emerge as the Spring Revolution pushes forward against the terrorist military, while stakeholders adhere to the values of freedom, justice, equality, among others outlined in the Federal Democracy Charter, which in itself is based on the collective goals and objectives of all the people of Myanmar. Ministry of Education. 16 autonomous universities begin accepting first-year students. The Ministry of Education recently extended the deadline for applying to Year 16 autonomous university to 9 p.m. December 13. These universities are accepting application for its first batch of first-year students for 2023-2024 education year. Central Committee of Interim Implementation of Local Administration. Prime Minister said revolution reaching a turning point. During the Central Committee of Interim Implementations of Local Administration meeting on December 7, Prime Minister Marwin Kangdan said that he believed the Spring Revolution will soon reach a turning point as the military coordination strengthened among the resistant forces. He says there were people who had doubts on how the resistance would defeat the strong foundations of the terrorist military, and there are also doubts on how administrations will be implemented in the newly controlled areas. The Prime Minister asked for even greater efforts to dispel any sort of doubt that the international community may have. He went on to say that the aim of bolstering the two ministries which deal in international affairs is to raise awareness in the regional and international media outlets of how the NUGs and allied ethnic resistance organizations are properly implementing interim administration on the ground. Ministry of Home Affairs and Immigration. MOHAM urges non-CDM workers to join the revolution. On December 1st, the Ministry of Home Affairs and Immigration issued an order calling for civil servants who are not participating in the Civil Disobedience Movement (CDM) to contact the relevant township administration body and join the revolution by bringing relevant ministerial documents. This order was mainly aimed at non-CDMers in recently controlled areas of Magwe region from the police force, General Administration Department, Bureau of Special Investigation, Prison Department, Fire Service, and the Department of Immigration and Population. The orders state that the resistant forces across the country are increasing military operations as the Spring Revolution gains momentum and takes over towns. 2023, second week of December War Summary. During the second week of December 2023, the PTF and ethnic resistance organizations were able to take over a town and two strategically located camps. Military operations in the flatland areas of the Ninda region have noticeably increased as well. In addition, as the terrorist military council faces increasing defeats and diminishing number of soldiers, it is pardoning convicted soldiers and promoting them by Iran, something it has never done before. On December 4, a combined force of PDF and its ally from the Karen National Liberation Army (KNNA) successfully took over Mo, a town located in Chaoji Township of Bogor region. Over 70 fatalities on the Honda side was reported, and a large amount of arms and ammunition were seized. A resistance flag was raised in front of the former encampment of the Honda's Light Infantry Battalion 590 in Mo following the takeover. Meanwhile, the Arakan Army AA seized the Honda base as Tunoi in Blackwater Township on December 4 after 21 days of attacks. The base is located about 10 miles from the landlocked state of Mizoram in India, which borders Bangladesh. The base is probably fortified and also has 2 helipads, but fell nevertheless, thus marking the loss of a large base for the Honda at the India-Myanmar border. On December 5, the Myanmar National Democratic Alliance Army (MNDAA) seized an outpost about 2 miles away from the Laogai Regional Control Command in Kogan self-administered zone. This marked an increase in the control by Kogan forces of outposts surrounding Laogai. Similarly, the Kachin Independence Army KIA and KPDF were able to occupy an anti-aircraft base in Monyan, Kachin State. Meanwhile, in the southern part of the country, the Southern Brothers Army destroyed the Simpushan 4 police station in Tongkha village, the Nindari Township. Resistance forces also attacked the Langlong police station and Honda security forces there. As mentioned earlier, the Honda is pardoning convicted soldiers and putting them back on duty with a promoted rank as it forces a shortage of soldiers and more military defeats. There are unconfirmed reports that over 1,000 convicted soldiers have been pardoned in this way. Nevertheless, this highlights the fact that the Honda is unable to levy new recruits as its supporters dwindle. Timor-Leste President urges terrorist military council troops to surrender and stop killing civilians and return to barracks. On December 9, the President of Timor-Leste, Jorge Ramos Horta, publicly urged the military council soldiers to stop killing civilians and return to barracks. In his message, the Timor-Leste President said, "Today my words, my message is to them all, but particularly to the soldiers who are the sons and daughters of the people, the senior officers, the captains, the majors and the sergeants, you who are the children of the people, you should be proud of an army that protects the people. It cannot be an army that is at the service of the few and oppresses the people, kills the people, including innocent children and the women and elderly, the school teachers, medical doctors, bankers, peasants. So I speak to you, the military, those serving in the army, in the air force, in the navy, and in the police, do not turn your guns on your own people." The Timor-Leste President then said, "Myanmar generous officers, sergeants, soldiers, you can make a new dawn happen in Myanmar by simply not firing one single shot more. So, you members of the Myanmar Armed Forces, you have a historical chance. The historical chance is to say, we are no longer going to fight. We are going to stay in one barracks and we are not going to turn our guns on our own people." He also said, "The Rohingya are people of Myanmar, but the problem of Myanmar is larger than the people of Rohingya or Arakan state. It is the whole of Myanmar that has been enslaved by the military for almost 60 years since independence. My advice to the international community is to pay closer attention to the situation in Myanmar." Let's see what do we have for our weekly roundup news in coming week. Thanks for watching PVTV International.